Other than the games against St Johnstone and Celtic, the performances as a whole this season have been pretty good, and Dundee have been unlucky in a lot of the situations. Was it a big relief to get that first victory under the belt so that the result matched the performance?
Yeah, it was a relief, and probably it was good to get in and just say well done to the boys and a reward for them really for their hard work, because you're right, and I think you can look back to United and add that into that when United beat us 3-1 here. You add that in, I think we counted that up, and it was 3 bad performances in 28 games. Now we stressed that to the players. Yeah, it was in a different league, but there were cup performances in that, playoff, high pressure games, so we had to stress that to the players as well, that the performance levels were high. You have to keep going and keep believing in what you're doing, and to be fair, they've done that. We knew they would come back to that level, but it was a relief for me, but I think for them it was just rewards for the work that they've put in, but we can't rest on it. We know where we're going on Saturday, a very tough venue. They've started very well, and their tails are up, so they'll be coming out looking for 3 points, but we need to go there, and our aim's to win the game as well, and come away with a positive result, and build on what the performances and the win against Aberdeen.
The game against Aberdeen was really just the first step on the ladder to progression to where Dundee want to obviously be this particular season. Has it made any difference to the way that the training has happened this week with the players? Has there been a different sort of atmosphere about the playing things just with that first win coming through last week against Aberdeen?
No, you would think there would be, but I was worried after the St Johnstone game, but I was glad at the same time we had the 2 weeks in between to work, and the players were excellent, and that's what I mean going back. There's not been many really poor performances since that Ayr United game, and I think that was why it was key to remind them of that yeah, it's a one-off, and they trained well in the international break. They were excellent, played a game as well, so no, training this week has been bubbly, they've been good again, and it's a different game plan coming this week. We're playing against Hearts, so we play a completely different system to Aberdeen, so and they're in if you want to put it that way, they're in a completely different place from Aberdeen, where Hearts are winning games and they're unbeaten, where Aberdeen were coming down on a poor run by their standards. But you can only face the opposition you're facing, and this week's just been building up to Hearts, but the players have been great again.
Do you feel that perhaps the unbeaten record that they have so far this season puts an extra pressure on them and takes a little bit away from yourself to make it easier for you to maybe go and get a result at Tynecastle?
I've no thought about it. I'll be honest, I've not even considered that aspect of it. Our aim is to keep the performance levels really high. If we do that, we know that we can go anywhere and get a result. That's what we've been focusing on, and I don't think they'll be, if you'd ask them the question, they'll not be resting on it either. They want to have a good season, so they'll be looking at us as a home game for them. Any team they play at home, they expect to win, so that'll be the same for them. It's the same pressure that's on them every week, it's the same pressure that's on us every week. We want to go and win a game of football. And with the side that you're likely to put out at the weekend, offensive obviously, as you've been playing so far obviously this season, does that itself present an optimism within the squad that you're going to go there and you're going to score goals? I think we've got players that can hurt any team, or I believe we've got players, we've shown that. Now you can't paper over Lee Griffiths' record or Charlie Adams' quality if they're selected, so yeah, there's optimism there. We've got Paul McMillan, another assist for Lee. We've got players all over the pitch that can hurt people. In terms of goals, Lee Ashcroft, Ryan Sweeney gets his first goal for the club as well. Ash has shown what he can do. Liam Fontaine will be back available as well, so yeah, plenty of goals in our team. We do need to go there with a solid game plan to try and come out on top, because they're a good side. That's what Hearts are. They're a good side. From playing against them 3 times last year and watching their games this season, they've recruited pretty well, and they've started the season well, so it's going to be a tough game. But we've got players that have played there in derbies, played there for different clubs, or played there for Dundee, so it's not going to be something that's going to worry us in that aspect. So we just need to go and take care of ourselves.
I mean, looking at that game last year at Dens Park here, when you comprehensively beat Hearts, that shows that you can go up against them and defeat them.
Yeah, they beat us twice, so they'll be looking, you could throw that the other way. They beat us twice at Tynecastle last season. The game here, I think we were comfortable on the night that day, but again, it's two completely different squads, and they've come through different challenges and hurdles since then. And as I say, it's all down to another 94, however long minutes it goes on Saturday to see who comes out on top. But yeah, we're confident, and we've got to be, because I'll keep going back to it. We've got good players and a really good squad here, and we want to go into every game and come back with a positive result. You
mentioned the good players. This is the last one from me. It's to do with Lee coming in. Obviously, he's building up his fitness week in, week out, getting game time. Charlie coming back from injury. All these are positives for Dundee going forward to climb this ladder, obviously, up the league as it goes through.
Yeah, and look, Charlie being out was a massive loss for everyone, but we know that because we've seen what he can do and just how good a player he can be. Getting Lee fit will be pivotal to what we want to do here, and keeping him fit, and that's what we're doing, and he's enjoying it. He loves playing football. He'll love playing football on Saturday again, and that's what he's working through the week on his fitness, and then he gets to play on a Saturday, and when you get that, you're almost guaranteeing goals. So that's why we brought him to the club, and having both of them available, and having Liam Fontaine, Ian Lawler, Paul McGowan back as well, to add to the depth of the squad is only going to help us in what you say is going forward this season.
Does the fact that Hearts being undefeated, is that giving them a similar pressure to what Dundee had up until last week, where they didn't have a win?
Oh no, I think that, listen, they're in good form. You know, I watched the game against Rangers, and Rangers had a lot of the ball, created a lot of chances, and you know, listen, they've played well, Hearts, this year. Deserve to be where they are, but you know, you get chances, and it's important that you take them. And we look forward to going to Tynecastle. It is a tough place to go. You know, they've got a good support, and we look forward to it.
Do you feel that the result last week was kind of the merit that you've been having on the weeks before, and you just got the result to match that merit and effort you're putting in?
Well, no, because obviously we'd been beaten by St Johnstone previously, and that was a huge blow to us as well, just the performance-wise. But you know, over the season the performances have been okay. They've been good enough to win games, and yeah, it's just nice to come back into the group and get that win. And like I said before, it's only one win. We need to build on that and try and go and put a run together and get ourselves up the table, because you know, it wasn't a pretty sight being bottom of the league. So we have to try and pick up and get results to push us up the league. So
has the view this week with the players being that the game last weekend was the first game of your winning run?
Yes, and that's the start of it. And you know, we had to dig deep at times because they had a lot of the ball, but you know, we put them under pressure. We scored 2 good goals, and yeah, we'll build on that. It's football's about starting with foundations, and you know, we've been in every game that we've played in, and it was just like say, get that first win, and hopefully we can progress the rest of the season.
How much difference and benefit to the players does the fans backing give? I mean, they've been disappointed on a lot of the results this season, but magnificent display again from the fans against Aberdeen, and sold out the first allocation against Hearts. What would that backing?
We're always going to have that backing, because we're a well-supported football club, and they see what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a team that's capable of being competitive every week. You know, we have been in the Championship for a number of years, but we have come up. We've got to build. It's not like we're not going to be able to sprint. We're not going to be able to, you know, go and win 7 or 8 games in a row. I'd love it to happen, but it's about building blocks and progressing every week by week, seeing that we're getting better. And I feel that we have done that so far this year. We've been in most games, apart from 2 against Celtic and St Johnstone. So we have to take that into Hearts game at the weekend.